With the city of San Diego set to receive $40 million in much-needed infrastructure funding, the big question is how will that money be spent? inewsource is reporting that at the urging of Mayor Todd Gloria, the city will decide how to spend the money to improve infrastructures in neighborhoods that the mayor says have historically been neglected. Here to talk more about it is inewsource editor Mary Plummer. Mary, thanks so much for joining us. We're talking about $40 million for road repairs. Tell us more about that funding.
Yes, infrastructure and road repairs have been a key priority of Mayor Todd Gloria. It's something that he campaigned on back when he was running for mayor. Now he has pledged to take a more equitable approach to determining which roads get repaired, and he's dedicated that $40 million that you mentioned to do so. The goal here is to target neighborhoods that have been historically neglected. City council members submitted lists of roads in their districts, to be considered. Our reporter, Anissa Durham, did some analysis on the requests and found that it totaled more than 40 miles of road repairs. The cost of fixing these roads, unfortunately, could quickly exceed that $40 million if the repairs are significant.
So you mentioned the costs exceed the available funding. I guess the question is, why is this so expensive?
The city of San Diego has just huge infrastructure needs. Part of the challenge is that things become more expensive to fix the longer that you defer the repairs. Streets here are no exception. It is certainly cheaper to fix cracks and potholes, but many roads in San Diego, as anyone who spends time driving or as a pedestrian on our streets know, need a lot more than that. It costs about $780,000 a mile to repave an asphalt street, and complete reconstruction is even more expensive. It can average $6 million a mile. So this work, unfortunately, is not cheap. And across San Diego, there's a lot of repair work that does need to be done.
And we're heading into the rainy season when those potholes seem to get bigger and bigger. All right, you spoke with residents in Logan Heights for this story. What sort of issues are they dealing with in that neighborhood?
So residents there told us that the city has not always been responsive when it comes to making these repairs. We also spoke to business owners who said that the street issues are so bad that they actually impact customer safety. One business owner explained that customers routinely park in the median near his cafe because there's just nowhere else to park. He pointed out that this causes all sorts of problems, including making it difficult for emergency vehicles to pass through. And of course, it's worth mentioning that you can find serious road issues all across the city. Even some roads in La Jolla are in bad need of repairs. So it's certainly, some neighborhoods have worse problems than others, but the problems are sprinkled all across San Diego.
I think drivers will definitely agree with you there. It seems like there are potholes everywhere. Now, city officials have said that they do plan to further assess the city's streets. So I guess the question for you is, what is the timeline here? Are we talking weeks, months, years?
So the first step is they're going to determine how that $40 million that we've been talking about will be spent. In addition to that, by the end of next year, they will have updated their assessment of the current condition of San Diego streets. The analysis alone is pretty expensive. It's a $700,000 survey, but it'll give the city a lot more detail about what needs to be fixed. It's been several years since we had our last survey, so this will be a big update for the city of San Diego, and hopefully we'll see more repairs coming.
Yeah, we can all definitely relate to pothole problems. Mary Plummer with inewsource, thanks a lot. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.